The Birman cat has a beautiful history. This long-haired cat used to be very popular, but now its numbers are decreasing. Does this drop in popularity have a reason? Let's find out. The Birman cat's origin is a faraway country called Myanmar or Burma, also called the Sacred Cat of Burma. The Birman was a common sight in Buddhist temples. The legend surrounding its appearance is the most fascinating thing about its history. Birman's beautiful coloration is said to be the outcome of a loyalty act from a white cat towards its owner. A long time ago, a priest was living in the northern region of Burma. One day, after invaders fatally wounded him, the priest's most beloved cat, a white long-haired cat, placed its paws on the priest's chest. The faithful cat stayed like this during its owner's last moments. And then, a miracle happened. Its extremities darkened to the color of the earth, with the notable exception of his paws, which remained pure white. The fur got a golden glow. It's also believed that this cat inherited the soul of the priest. But this miracle didn't happen in vain. It inspired the other priests, and they fended off the intruders. By morning, all the other cats from the temple got the same coloration. The loyal cat refused to eat anything afterward, and died 7 days later, carrying its owner's soul to paradise. It's a fascinating story indeed. Even if the birthplace of this amazing breed is Burma, the breed was actually developed in Europe. But how did Birman cats arrive in Europe? They made their way to France in 1919. There are actually two stories that explain their arrival. The most popular one depicts a brave act. The same temple was raided once again, and two Englishmen living in France helped some priests escape. In return for their help, they received a pair of Birman cats. When they returned to France, they brought these cats with them. Sadly, the male didn't survive the trip, but the female did. Not only this, but she was also pregnant. She and her kittens became the foundation of the Birman breed. These cats flourished. In 1925, they were officially recognized as a breed in France. Unfortunately, World War II came, and no one had time for cats. These magnificent cats almost went extinct. Things were so bad that at one point, only a pair of Birman cats were left. But it's not all bad news. By the 1960s, the breed achieved its former glory and arrived in the United States. They've become a popular and well-known breed. However, Birmans nowadays keep losing popularity. And now, let's talk about their mesmerizing appearance. They are for sure gorgeous cats. Just look at those eyes. Birmans are medium-sized cats, weighing from 7 to 12 pounds. They're stocky cats, having a solid and robust build. At the same time, their bodies are elongated. Birman cats have round heads and strong jaws. What gives them an exciting appeal is their Roman noses. Here's a profile picture to see what I mean. Their coats are medium to long in length. Birmans are gifted with a distinguishable, soft, silk-like fur. Their fur doesn't get mats, as these cats don't have an undercoat, which is excellent news in terms of grooming. Also, Birmans should show off a heavy ruff around their necks, making them appear royal. They might have curly hair on the stomach. Cute! But what really sets them apart is their coloring. Birmans are color point cats, meaning their fur is white or cream with dark extremities or points. The points can have various colors such as seal, blue, lilac, red, or even torty. Basically, every point color is acceptable, but the most common ones are seal and blue. But that's not all. What really sets Birmans apart from other breeds is actually their paws. No matter the cat's color, the paws are always white. It's the main thing to look for when trying to distinguish a Birman from another breed. Truth be told, people tend to mistake Birmans for Himalayans or Siamese, but I will make a separate video on the subject. And wait, there's more! Birmans have striking sapphire blue eyes. They're almost round, set far apart, which gives the Birman a sweet expression. Their eyes can only be blue. The deeper and more vivid the shade, the better. Great! We learned so far that Birmans have a lot of history behind them and look kind of unique. But what are their personalities like? Would they make a good pet? The Birman is a wonderful cat with a sweet disposition. They're affectionate and gentle companions. Birmans love their people deeply and are always excited to spend their time in the presence of their humans. Even if they're not happy to be held, Birmans are easy to handle and extremely docile. A real plus when visiting the vet or traveling. Their love for people doesn't stop here though. Most Birmans will greet visitors with curiosity. It's one of the reasons you should never leave your Birman outside alone. It's easy to snatch them off. This trait It also helps when you're going on vacation, as they quickly get accustomed with the pet sitter. This brings me to the next one. Birmans are highly adaptable cats. They're happy to adjust their schedule according to yours. However, they're pretty smart and like to oversee every move you take, especially when you're moving toward the kitchen. But moving back to their adaptability, Birmans typically do well even in a smaller apartment. They typically get along with other cats, especially with cats of similar temperaments. That being said, Birmans usually like to be the alpha cat. Birmans are playful cats but not very active. They much prefer to sit while you move the cat teaser around rather than chasing after it. Their docile nature makes them perfect even for families with small kids. Birmans are patient cats and don't mind toddlers as much as other breeds. Of course, you shouldn't count on this. Always supervise small children interacting with cats. They can also do great with dogs, as long as the dog learns to respect the Birman and its space. In terms of intelligence, they're smarter than the average. Birmans can be taught tricks, but it can be challenging to convince them to learn. From my research, Birmans love cuddles and are equally affectionate towards family members. They're also curious creatures and will come to see whatever you're up to, but they're not overly demanding or needy. Birmans will speak up when they want something, but will do so in a soft and pleasant voice. It will be a pleasure to hear them out. They're not the most talkative breed, being somewhere in the middle. As Birmans love and need people, they're not a good choice for people working away from home. If that's the case, 2 Birmans are better than 1, but it's still not the ideal situation. On the other hand, Birmans do exceptionally well in busy households. Overall, this is a playful and curious breed with a gentle, non-demanding way of interacting. Birmans not only look unique, but are very low maintenance in comparison to other long-haired breeds. Frankly, they seem perfect for everyone. Their sweet temperament, coupled with their distinctive looks, makes it hard to believe they're not in the top 10 most wanted cats. What are the main health issues these cats are prone to? Sadly, they're susceptible to developing heart conditions such as HCM and kidney problems. The fact that they almost went extinct impacted this, limiting the genetic pool. Breeders constantly fight against these diseases by screening their cats yearly and performing DNA tests. So if you want a Birman cat, make sure to get one from accredited breeders and avoid scammers at all cost. Which brings me to the most crucial question: how much do Birman cats cost? The average price for a kitten is about $1,500. However, the cost can be higher depending on each kitten and also the cattery. If you're a Birman breeder, please let us know in the comments the price range for kittens and retired adults. By the way, if you can't afford a kitten, you can always look for a retired adult. These cats are usually cheaper, being a better choice for people who don't want a crazy kitten. And of course, adopting a cat is always the option I recommend, as there are millions of cats looking for a forever home. These cats cost next to nothing and love you just as much as a pedigreed cat. I really hope this video helped you. Don't forget to give it a like so it can reach more people. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next video.